There's always something to do, something to get, something to achieve, right? And all the teaching is to surrender that idea of I will be better in some future moment. I will be more evolved, more spiritual, more peaceful. I will be enlightened some other time. And simply enjoy, fully embrace, fully be aware of what we have here now, of who we are fundamentally here now. So the whole chase, the whole search, the whole struggle of human existence lies in wanting to be different. Now that's a tricky thing, because being different, growing, achieving is not a bad thing. If you look around you, the world was created by people who wanted better things, who wanted to create big, bright, beautiful places to live, good ideas put into practice. But peace, stillness, all the wisdom, the intuition, the creativity, all of that, the clarity, all came from letting this moment be enough. Dropping so deep into the experience of now, of your presence and stillness, that it needs nothing else. So it's an interesting thing being a human, because there is this foundation of knowing, of experiencing. If you're using the ascension attitudes, if you're dropping into stillness now, of knowing that this needs nothing else. That this is more than enough. This is perfection itself. Everything is okay. But also there's continually, if you're open, life is constantly inviting you to be more, to do more, to grow. And it seems like that invitation, you don't have to do much to be given that. You just have to stay open and willing. And it will come to you. Hey, how about this idea? How about these words? How about this project? And our job really is not to get so excited, not to get so carried away in the what ifs and what could I create and what's going to happen, that we forget the very source that all that inspiration came from. I hope I'm making sense. It's a really... I say this because when I began my spiritual path, it was all about stillness. It was all about presence and peace. And really what I was saying, I was like an ostrich putting my head in the sand, putting my head in the stillness. Because I was so afraid of losing it. I was so afraid of forgetting by being involved in the world. I didn't know how this worked. I thought it was just go live in a cave, right? And that's the way our world sees a spiritual path. That's the way our world sees monks. Oh, you must give everything else up and devote yourself solely to stillness. And that's not the case. You devote yourself to stillness first. That's your priority all the time. But there's a whole world of action and doing and living. And it's a fascinating dance, at least for me, to see that. To dance that. But that's what I believe 200% is yes, there's so much good things in life, so many things to enjoy, but almost so much goodness that you can create. There's so much that you can do to make a difference in your own life and other people's lives. But it also, primarily the first thing, the foundation, the thing that holds it is stillness, is your connection with presence. Jesus said something like, seek first the kingdom of heaven, and then everything else is given to you. Choose for that absolute space of fulfillment and contentment, and then everything else comes from that. Don't leave stillness for anything, because you're swimming in potential, swimming in creativity, swimming in peace. Yeah. Anyway, that's what I see 200% being of life. But it's an interesting dance because it requires acceptance and serenity, but it also requires effortless action and courage. And us as a culture, the European Western culture we've seen those as two separate things. Spirituality and action. Pick one. Which one do you want? but it's not. They by necessity must be part of a whole. A little like that, the yin yang sign, the Chinese, the black and white Tai Chi. To make a whole, got to have two halves. Obviously.